Hi everyone, my name is Ann Stratman. I go to Notre Dame now and I graduated from Duchesne in 2015 and I'm majoring in physics and math. I originally became interested in STEM because I enjoyed the challenge of it. I enjoyed the problem solving aspect of it. I enjoyed being able to explain how the world around me worked. And I was also really drawn by the versatility of a lot of STEM degrees, so despite all the different career paths that I could take by majoring in a STEM field. I ended up as a physics and math major because I really enjoyed math and I was just looking to use physics as a way to do more math essentially. But now I've decided to stick with physics in the long term for grad school and in terms of a career, just because of the different career opportunities it offers compared to math and because of the types of research you can do in physics. So I work with two labs at Notre Dame. The first one is a nuclear physics lab, and it focuses on modeling transitions between different energy states that nuclei can take on. So basically what I do for this lab is a lot of coding. So I've been working on writing programs to allow people to input all of their experimental data about like the energy levels the nucleus is in and the way it decays, and use those to calculate information about the transitions between the different energy levels. The second one, which is a lot closer to what I hope to do in terms of research in the long term, is called the Energy and Sustainable Development with Design Lab. So what this lab focuses on is building mini grids using renewable energy resources, so like wind energy and solar energy, in areas without rigorous infrastructure. So the lab I work with works in Uganda and a little bit in Haiti and in areas that have been historically disadvantaged in terms of the infrastructure they've been able to build. And as far as advice for high school students who are interested in STEM, I'd say don't be daunted by it. If it's something you're really passionate about and something you really want to pursue, then it's definitely worth it because I think you can have a very meaningful career in a STEM field. Not just because that's what you're really interested in, but also because of all the ways in which STEM fields are beneficial to society in general. But it's definitely worth it if you're willing to put in the work and willing to put in the time, and if it's something you're really passionate about.
My name is Kristen Sharon, and I'm from Omaha, and I graduated from Duchesne in 2016. I'm about to start my third year at MIT as a bioengineering major. I originally became interested in STEM in middle school when I was first introduced to chemistry and molecular biology, and I really love studying things at a small scale. Bioengineering starts with the same foundation of math and physics as most other STEM majors, and after that you move into some chemistry and biology, and eventually to bioengineering courses, which often involve modeling biological systems or studying bioinstrumentation, which is the equipment that you use in the lab or that you use with biological systems. And bioengineering is a pretty new field, so it can vary a lot in what you're studying. It's very broad, and what's offered at your school might be different than what's offered at another school for the same major. And many people have a variety of interests, and they tend to focus on the one that fits them best. My roommate is in bioengineering, and she focuses on manipulation of the plant microbiome. And there are others who focus on engineering of devices to be used with biological systems, such as prosthetics or surgical equipment. Many people also focus on drug development and drug delivery, which is what attracted me to the field originally. As I take more STEM classes, I find myself drawn to physical biology and physical chemistry, which is something I hadn't expected, and if I hadn't taken those introductory courses for those fields, I wouldn't have known that. So I highly recommend taking a wide variety of courses, especially as you begin to study your major. Freshman year I was in a chemical engineering lab, and this year I'll be in a bioengineering lab, and I worked in labs over the summer. Research is a very important part of any STEM field, so it's great to get involved in it and learn different aspects of research in the field you're interested in, and then also different management styles and different lab cultures. I just keep going and take the things that you love, and it should work out well.
Hi, my name is Quincy Hogue. I went to Duchesne, class of 2015, and currently I am studying at the University of Notre Dame. My major is neuroscience, and I'm also pre-med. This summer, I've been working in South Bend in the community at a place called Riverbend Cancer Services. So, what I'm doing right now is working with low income cancer patients and helping to work with them and make it so they can afford their treatment and other expenses like electricity, rent, and things like that. I became interested in the STEAM fields because when I was in seventh grade, I had a family friend die from breast cancer. And I thought that that was just the biggest injustice ever. So I decided that I wanted to focus on helping other people to avoid such a tragic experience. So, studying neuroscience, basically, I focus on biology and psych. So, I take a lot of chemistry, physics, all sorts of different psych classes, developmental psych, behavioral health, all sorts of things like that. I really love it. It's hard work, but it's definitely worth it. And the best advice that I could give anyone pursuing a field in STEM is to have a mentor. If you have someone, especially a female mentor, who is doing what you want to do and living the kind of life you want to live, it makes it a lot easier for you to pursue it yourself. Good luck, ladies. Go Duchesne.
Hi, my name is Sam Stopa. I'm from Omaha. I graduated from Duchesne in 2014, went to Creighton for undergrad, and then I'm currently a first-year medical student at Creighton. In terms of how I became interested in STEAM, I think the interest was definitely always there in those various fields, and my time at Duchesne and even in college let me explore different fields within STEAM. But I think I had a lot of trouble really pinpointing where I wanted to go within STEAM. I think there's a pro and a con that STEAM opens tons of doors for you, right? The fields are very diverse and you can go a lot of different ways with them, but I found that a little overwhelming, to be honest, because I didn't really want to pick. So I ended up studying biochemistry, which was kind of nice because it was the best of both worlds. I could really dive into the biology and the chemistry that I was really interested in, but it didn't cut me off from studying in courses like physics or math. And it also had one thing that was really nice that's probably part of the biochem curriculum at any school you'd be looking at. There's usually a research component, which was nice for me because that was something that I was really interested going into undergrad, was being involved in research and an active part of a research lab. So that was a good experience for sure too. In terms of deciding on medical school, that was also a really hard decision. I guess what really helped me decide and what I would encourage you to do if you're interested in, anything, is spend time in both of those areas. So, if it's between research and medicine, shadow a bunch of physicians, shadow nurse practitioners, but also spend time working in a research lab and just kind of see what the daily grind of those different professions is, and if you see yourself and your lifestyle fitting into that well. So I wish you all the best with your futures as women in STEAM, and thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Hi there, my name's Emma. I'm an A15 graduate studying nutrition, health, exercise science at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. How did I become interested in STEAM? I played soccer a whole bunch in high school and received 8 concussions there. The last one kind of left me with some motor skills issues, so I ended up going to physical therapy, and there I realized that I absolutely love the field. I love not being forced to sit in a cubicle all day. You kind of get to be creative with your solutions however you want it to be, and you're just living a very active lifestyle while helping others return back to their standard of living prior to their injuries. So I really love it. Highly encourage others to check it out or at least shadow the field. And my current job is I'm a technician at a local physical therapy clinic. So some things that job encompasses is bringing back patients, working with them through their exercises, maybe ultrasounding their muscles. You can also do electrical stimulation. What that encompasses is you kind of just put electrical pads on their muscles, and then you up the voltage until their muscles start contracting and working and sort of healing on their own. Some advice I would give high school students interested in STEAM: shadow like there's no tomorrow. Go for whatever field you're interested in, and just seeing if you like it now, as opposed to getting, all the way to your senior year in college and realizing it's not really for you. There's lots of physical therapy locations in Omaha. Feel free to just say that you want to shadow. A lot of places really encourage that and would love to have you there. And then last but not least, go after what your interests are, especially if it might be applicable to your field at all. Go for it. Whatever floats your boat. Just explore and have fun and enjoy. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Hi, Duchesne. My name is Sally Winkler, and I'm a 2010 graduate of Duchesne Academy. Now I am a PhD student here at University of California, Berkeley in Berkeley, California. As a PhD student, that basically means that I get paid to go to school. So in addition to taking classes, I also conduct research in a research lab. My lab is dedicated to the study of bio-inspired materials. So basically looking at nature and seeing what cool things plants and animals can do and how we can recreate them and recreate their properties in materials that can help people. So in my project, I'm inspired by mussels, so like the little organisms, the little shellfish that live in the ocean. And what I think is really cool about mussels is that they make these really sticky threads of protein that anchor to rocks in the ocean so that they don't just float away. And what's cool about these threads is they're able to form a really robust glue in a really wet environment, which is something that's really hard to do, especially in the context of surgeries inside the body. So my project uses chemistry that's inspired by the same chemistry that mussels use to adhere to rocks in the ocean to make new surgical glues, specifically glues for fetal surgery. So what's fetal surgery? It's basically where you're doing an operation on the fetus while it's still inside the womb, so that when the baby is born, certain defects or abnormalities can be corrected, and so the baby can have the best chance at a healthy life. My advice to any young person interested in a STEAM career, especially to you Duchesne students, is that if you think that you might want a career in STEAM, go for it. Because the world needs new scientists and doctors and researchers and makers and innovators and artists and creators. And we need artists and creators and scientists who are exactly like you. Yes, there are challenges to a STEAM career, like you might not love every class, you might get some bad grades, but honestly, a STEAM career can allow you the freedom to pursue and study what you're most passionate about. And what I love about my career as a bioengineer is that I get to apply my love of science and math and chemistry and physics and all of that good stuff, and I get to use what I'm able to do, improve myself, and help make the world a better place. Like, my materials aren't yet used in fetal surgeries in real humans, but like that's the goal, and one day I can get there. And it's really powerful to me to think that stuff that I can learn and create and innovate can really help others. And my second piece of advice is to follow your passions. So what are you passionate about? See if you can find resources online or in social media to learn more about it, or to interact with people who have the career that you might think that you want. Just go for it, learn more, and following your passions and pursuing STEAM can lead to an amazing and very rewarding career. With that, thank you for having me in this video. Like, this is super cool. I wish Duchesne was this cool when I went there. I will be visiting Duchesne in September for the reunion weekend, which is I think the weekend of the 15th. So I'll be around, come say hi. You can follow me. Oh, and I'll have stickers from my podcast, which is called Double Helix. So you can get some stickers from my podcast that say you do belong in science, because you do belong in science. Anyway, so get some stickers from my podcast if you see me in September. You can subscribe to my podcast, Double Helix, at doublehelix.com or on the iTunes podcasting store. It's all about like women in science. We have amazing episodes about like fantastic women in STEM or how to find mentors in STEM. It's an incredible podcast. I mean, I think so. So you should definitely check it out. You can follow me on social media. On Instagram at SalPalScienceGal, on Twitter at Sally Winkler. You can also email me if you have any questions, or if you're curious about anything related to bioengineering. I would be happy to connect you to any of my colleagues who are doing amazing work, or myself. Just email me. My email is sallywinkler@gmail.com. Anyway, this has been amazing. I hope this was useful to you guys. I'll be at Duchesne in September and hope to meet some of you and we can hang out. It should be cool. I can answer more of your questions about what it's like to get a PhD, what it means to have a PhD, what it's like to be a researcher, like what do I want to be when I grow up. Yeah, so stay in touch and have a good one.